1800 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Farzana Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister says the government is working for the welfare of masses. President Dr. Arif Alvi has called for adopting comprehensive solutions for effective water management in the country. Pakistan and Japan have agreed to enhance bilateral trade relations with special focus on agricultural research and value-added technologies. National Security Advisor has emphatically stated that the government will not make any compromise on national security and Kashmir issue. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, complete shutdown will be observed in Srinagar and adjoining areas tomorrow to mark the 32nd anniversary of Gaukadal massacre. The European Union has launched multiple projects in Afghanistan worth €268.3 million to help resolve issues being faced by the Afghan people. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan says Ravi Urban Development and Central Business District projects are of national importance and vital to control congestion and pollution in Lahore city. Chairing a meeting in Islamabad today to review progress on these projects, he said the government is working for welfare of masses and action will be taken against officials and adhering to timeliness of these projects. The Prime Minister said the government revitalized debt capital to earn revenues and initiated landmark construction projects that no previous government planned during the last 20 years. The Prime Minister said the projects will substantially reduce pollution levels due to inclusion of green spaces, waste management, clean energy resources, and eco-friendly international best practices. The Prime Minister directed the Punjab government to actively pursue legal cases pending against the projects. Talking to Chairman Senate Sadiq Sanjrani in Islamabad today, the Prime Minister assured to improve and modernize road infrastructure in Balochistan, terming the construction of roads under CPEC is an important development. He expressed hope that these roads will usher in a new era of development for the province. Matters pertaining to making Karachi-Quetta RCD road dual track also came under discussion in the meeting. President Dr. Arif Alvi has called for adopting comprehensive solutions for effective water management in the country. He was chairing a meeting in Islamabad today on employment of integrated satellite communication and artificial intelligence techniques for water management in Pakistan. The president said the climate change and rapid population growth have reduced per capita availability of water. He underlined the need for employing integrated satellite services for better monitoring and efficient utilization of the water resources. Prime Minister Imran Khan and President Dr. Arif Alvi have strongly condemned the blast in Anarkali area of Lahore today, resulting in killing of 2 persons and injuring several others. In their separate statements, they expressed grief and sorrow over loss of precious human lives in the incident. The Prime Minister sought report of the incident from the Punjab government and directed the authorities concerned to provide best medical assistance to the injured. The President extended his heartfelt condolences to the bereaved families and prayed for speedy recovery of the injured. Meanwhile, Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad Hussain in his statement said the loss of precious human lives in the blast is highly tragic. The Minister for Information extended his condolences to the families of those killed in the blast and prayed for the speedy recovery of the injured. On the other hand, Punjab Chief Minister Sardar Usman Buzdar, while strongly condemning the incident, said all possible steps will be taken to bring the responsible elements to justice. Special Assistant on Health Dr. Faisal Sultan says situation is under control following the outbreak of Omicron variant of COVID-19. In an interview, he said positivity ratio of the Omicron has jumped high and vaccination is effective against the Omicron variant. The Special Assistant said a majority of Omicron cases have been reported from Karachi, followed by Lahore and Islamabad. Expressing his concern over non-compliance of SOPs, Dr. Faisal Sultan said wearing of masks and vaccination are the most effective ways to stop the spread of coronavirus. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. Pakistan and Japan have agreed to enhance bilateral trade relations with special focus on agricultural research and value-added technologies. An understanding to this effect was reached during a meeting between Minister for National Food Security Saeed Fakhar Imam and Japan's Ambassador Mitsuhiro Wado in Islamabad today. Speaking on the occasion, the Minister for National Food Security said the two countries have huge trade potential and can immensely benefit from exchange in agriculture research. In his remarks, the Japanese envoy said Pakistan is one of the biggest exporters of shrimps, mangoes, dates, and rice to Japan. He said Japan imports rice from Pakistan and has a substantial market for fisheries. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has called for further cementing relations between Pakistan and Sudan in diverse sectors, including trade, culture, and defense. He was talking to Pakistan's ambassador-designate in Sudan, Mir Behrouz Baloch, who called on him in Islamabad today. The foreign minister said Pakistan attaches great importance to bilateral relations with Sudan and expressed hope that these relations will further flourish under the leadership of Mir Behrouz. National Security Advisor Dr. Mueed Yusuf says the goal of Pakistan's national security policy is to ensure physical and economic security of citizens by enhancing financial resources. In an exclusive interview with Radio Pakistan's correspondent Amanullah Sipra about the recently launched Pakistan's first ever national security policy, he said economic security carries the core status in the policy. The National Security Advisor said until we have economic security, we will not have sufficient funds either for defense or human welfare. For the purpose, national resource pie will have to be increased. He said we have been facing the issue of external imbalance that makes governments go to IMF for loan programs. This may affect economic sovereignty and foreign policy as well. He stressed on addressing this external imbalance through the tools of policy. Defining the concept of national security, he said we have used the term comprehensive national security. He said the concept of national security does not merely confine to war weapons or defense, but its scope has been broadened in the world. He said the national security policy provides an umbrella document about the country's direction. So, responding to a question about foreign policy priorities in the document, the National Security Advisor said peace in the region and beyond is a primary objective. However, he said national security interests will not be compromised and there will also be no compromise on the Kashmir issue. He said if better sense prevails in India and some space is created, the region will move forward. He said we have been making efforts for stability in Afghanistan that will further strengthen economic paradigm. The advisor said the second most important priority of foreign policy is economic diplomacy. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, complete shutdown will be observed in Srinagar and adjoining areas to mark the 32nd anniversary of Gaukadal massacre tomorrow. Over 50 people were killed and hundreds others were injured when Indian troops had opened indiscriminate fire on peaceful protesters in Gaukadal area of Srinagar on 21st of January 1990. The call for the strike has been given by the illegally detained chairman of All Parties Hurriyat Conference, Musarrat Alam Bhatt, and supported by other APHC leaders and activists. Special prayer meetings and peaceful protests will be held after the Friday prayers to draw the world attention towards the anti-Kashmiris measures taken by the fascist Modi regime in the occupied territory. The European Union has launched multiple projects in Afghanistan worth 268.3 million euros to help Afghan people cope with the current problems. According to the EU Commissioner for International Partnerships, Jutta Urpilainen, the funded projects include education, health, and the livelihood of Afghan people. She further said UNICEF, WFP, UNDP, UNHCR, WHO, and IOM will implement the projects which will directly benefit the people of Afghanistan. And finally, we have the weather report for you. Rain with wind and snow along with a few heavy falls is expected in Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, North Balochistan, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir during the next 12 hours. However, fog is likely to prevail in Upper Sindh and plain areas of the Punjab. And with that, we come to the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News.